Our next guest is security and tech expert Scott Schober. He knows all about the problem firsthand. His company, Berkeley Veritronic Systems, makes devices to end corporate espionage. Scott, welcome to Arise Exchange.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
You brought us some props with
Yes.
you, and we're going to talk about those in a moment. But I first want to ask you, what industries are most susceptible these days to corporate espionage?
Well, really, it's all industries, but especially some of the larger companies that are in the Fortune 500. They're very susceptible because if you think about it, they've got a lot of trade secrets, a lot of intellectual property that they risk losing. So they're often a target. But even some small businesses, if they've got a unique niche market, people want to find out what their secret sauce is, and they want to try to steal that at whatever cost.
And they want to steal what? Plans going forward about the business, technology, across the entire board?
Yeah, well, all of the above. A lot of times it's also competitive information. Sometimes just having the competitive edge over another company could mean millions on the bottom line. So oftentimes they want to find out what's the competitor chasing after.
And we're talking about $100 million or so
yeah,
losing a year?
Within the U.S. That's the estimates
alone.
of what's lost. So it's significant.
And so who is stealing the information?
Well, a lot of times you think about it, it's probably the spy or this or that, but oftentimes it's many foreign entities, maybe based out of China or other countries, and what they actually do is use or plant employees within U.S. companies, and the employees
It's really amazing.
Will do that.
So an adversary country used to put spies in here to spy on the government.
Yes.
But now they're actually spying in companies.
Yeah, you got it exactly right. It's scary.
And
isn't
China is one, we've accused China of being one of the offenders.
They're one of the worst, and there's been numerous evidence pointing to that over the past stories, yeah.
But other companies also spy on other companies, and they send employees in.
Absolutely, sure. And it does happen the opposite as well. Of course, there's many U.S. companies that are spying on foreign companies as well. It's a constant battle back and forth.
Okay, so you brought some props here that sort of help curtail spying and also help maybe implement spying. Start with the water bottle.
Sure. A lot of times what we hear oftentimes is, well, how do people do it? How do they accomplish things? Or how do you monitor? A lot of times some CEOs say, well, I want to be able to monitor what's going on in a secure space. They might use something such as this. And what this is, it looks like a normal water bottle, but actually inside what we've done here is we've hidden a covert camera.
Yeah.
So this is basically a 5.8 gigahertz wireless camera, and it allows somebody to record high definition as well as sound, and then transmit that outside to another space so they can record.
So if somebody shows up with a meeting with a water bottle in hand,
be careful.
Be careful of that. Okay. And now a big issue is whether people carry cell phones when they're not supposed to.
Yeah, huge issue. And again, in a secure space, a government SCIF, it's obvious, it's secure, classified, confidential information. But even in a corporate boardroom, you don't want to have phones brought in, because what can people naturally do? They could take a picture of anything and use that as a conduit to send it outside without actually stealing physical documents or things like that. So this product here, it's called a Pocket Hound. And what it does is scan all of our cell phone bands, and it vibrates to alert a security personnel.
Even if your cell phone is turned off?
Even if your cell phone's turned off, if it's like in an airplane mode, it will still talk out to the towers every once in a while, and it'll allow you to pick that up and basically catch the guy with a phone bringing it in illegally.
Okay, and this is kind of cool if you think it's just a thermostat.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like a common thermostat that would be hanging on a wall, and we put a lockbox around it and temperature and time, things of that sort. And what it does is, again, it's scanning in the background for any wireless activity in a secure room, and it'll alert personnel.
So anybody today can be like Q from James Bond, basically.
Exactly.
We have about 30 seconds left. What can companies do to protect themselves?
Oh, there's a lot of things they could do. They should have a physical security plan in place, number one, but also very important that they should have a wireless plan, secure wireless networks, and they have to make sure that they shred documents and watch the whereabouts of employees coming in and going, so they could track to make sure nothing gets out of the building.
And how important is it to do background checks on new employees? And what should people be looking for?
Obviously, criminal past record that they should have. Anything that's suspect that comes up, call the references is important, and do the basic search. I always do. Go on social media networks, and you could look at a person, find out a wealth about a person before you hire them.
And it's really important to know that this is theft, and people sometimes go to jail for it.
Absolutely.
And do you also recommend that companies have actual plans and papers in place that employees sign that says,
yes,
this is all clearly theft and this is our property?
Yeah, a very good point there. You should have a non-disclosure agreement up front that they sign, understand, and if they do leave, make sure you review and remind them that they're under non-disclosure, not to share any trade secrets or IP.
And have you really seen a ramp up of espionage
as
absolutely. Technology has just gotten better?
Absolutely, especially with phones. Mobile phones are everywhere, smaller, they can do more things. many theft has occurred by using the mobile phone, and that's the base of our business, tools to find phones. So yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's amazing how much people are collecting information on mobile phones these days. Celebrities face it all the time.
Absolutely.
And I remember the old movies used to go in with a little pen phone camera. Now you can just do it off your phone.
Yeah, a little different.
Scott Schrober, thank you so much. We hope you come back sometime soon.
Will do. Thanks for having me on.